God by His grace. And the best gift God gave me for this 30th anniversary of my ministry, that's what you're going to tell now.
All right.
Those who don't know, and I'm pretty sure there'll be like thousands of people who will be watching this, the testimony of the video version of this in YouTube. We are planning to put that on the YouTube. My name is Ganesh Babu Jayaraman, and whatever I'm going to say are true and promising of the Bible. And we all know if I go something wrong against the Bible, we all know what's going to happen. So whatever I'm going to talk for the next 20, probably 35 minutes happened in my own life, in my own brother's life. Today, last Friday, I celebrated my birthday. And same time, my twin brother also celebrated his birthday in India. This testimony is about not just me, about my twin brother. We are twins, and I'm just 15 minutes elder than my younger brother, basically. His name is Gopi. He's in India, and I'm the only one here in this country. And for all of you, like when I just want to give a little bit about my background. By born, I raised as a Hindu. Okay, I'm from a family which is totally Orthodox. Now, I was Orthodox believer in that religion as well. I mean, you cannot believe those things. But here I am, in a different shape, in a different world, and experiencing something extremely unbelievable for the people just here. Last December, I fly every week. I'm a consulting manager of a company. We do business for the federal government. I'm a manager there, and I flew as usual on Monday morning. I reached my office, and at the end of the day, I checked into my hotel, and after all the things, I went to bed. And the phone started ringing right off the bed, like around like 12:30 or 1 a.m. our time, Eastern time. I was in DC. And first I was ignoring because I was so tired, I was deeply sleeping, and then again started ringing again and again. I was like, okay, something is wrong. Cannot be this, someone is disturbing me. When I picked up the phone, I was just hearing one of the cry on the other side. Then it took me almost like a couple of minutes to realize that was my sister. So I have a sister, elder sister, and my elder brother. My mom, my father passed away a couple of years ago, so that's my family background. My brother is living with my mom, and he's single, he's not married, my twin brother. And she was crying, I could not hear anything at all. So I was saying, you got to slow down, I have no clue what you're talking about, what's the problem, there is something wrong. He said, Gopi is bleeding, right? I was like, what is it? I know he's been sick. I mean, he's been sick. He had some problem in his abdomen, and he was not great, but not that bad at all. Okay, you go to parties, and you go with the friends, you go to the sometimes job, and you do all those things as usual, and like a strong person. But she said like he's bleeding and it is not stopping right now. So I was like, what? He got in an accident or what? No, he's throwing up the blood. And then I realized, you cut the phone, let me call you, because calling from India is a lot of money there. Then I called them. They said, for the last 2 days he wasn't taking diet well, and he was kind of sick, and all of a sudden we saw he was throwing right now in his bed, and he could not even do anything right now. So I told them, okay, take him to the first aid place right away, and let's see what we can do. But the thing is, like, couple of months ago, before that incident, he had the same issue, and we took him to the hospital in Chennai, in India, and they treated, and they said like, he had an issue with the alcohol. I got to be honest here, he had an issue with the alcohol. So, but thank God I'm not the one. But he had an issue with the alcohol. So that time they said like, no, this is a warning sign. If he's not stopping, obviously we can't save it. So that was a diagnostic information from the doctors a couple of months ago after the incident. So looks like he was again doing all those things. He wasn't stopping, and guess what? He ended up throwing the blood. So then I called them. my uncle, my sister's husband, he traveled from Chennai, which is another place in southern part of India. He was on his way and I called him. He's like, yeah, I'm on my way, but it's going to take another hour or so to reach your place. We are living in a place, Vellore. It's a pretty famous place for the hospitals. So I called my mom, and then she was crying, and there was nobody really. So there was one friend of my brother. So I talked to him. I said, just take him to the nearby hospital because my uncle is on his way. And they took him. And so they admitted him in the hospital, and by the time he was going into the hospital, he fell down, and then they put him on the bed. He got the seizure, first seizure, right? And that hospital was not that equipped well, so they don't know really what has to happen for the persons who are going through the seizure. So you need to put something between your tongues, between your mouth basically, so you will not bite your tongue or anything. So, but that did not happen. So he bite his tongue as well. So now he's bleeding from his stomach. The lungs are busted basically. Lungs busted, and he was bleeding. Now on top of it, he's bleeding from his mouth too. Tongues are pretty bad, beaten. So they say no, I don't think we can do anything here. Check him to the hospital. It's called CMC. Still it is a #1 hospital in Asia. It's pretty big hospital. Those people who know about CMC, they can talk about the hospital. Matter of fact, my wife, she worked in the hospital for 11 years, close to 11 years, I believe, as a nurse there, and that is where we met. So that's a different story. But the thing is, that hospital is famous for anything. There used to be presidents, from our presidents, from India, and also big peoples from all over the part of India and Asia. They travel to that hospital for the big time operations, and operations there are always most of the time successful. So they have pretty big reputation there. So they took him to the hospital, right? So this is all happening on that day, and he was in that outpatient emergency, the ER room. And I've been calling them again and again, and they said, yeah, he's in the operation room, the emergency room right now. And there are at least 7-8 doctors around him. We cannot even see what's going on there. And maybe 10-15 minutes later, my well-wisher, he is also living in India. He was my ex-boss, and he is my caretaker from Indian side. So he called me and he's like, yeah, Ganesh, I'm on my way with all the required finance, whatever we need to do. I have all those money right now with me, so I will go and do whatever you are asking me to do. So everything was there, so he has a lot of cash in his packet. But the doctors were saying we cannot. By the time they were analyzing all these things, he got the second seizure at the hospital. This time, they said, whatever the witness I'm giving here is not just one person, basically, right? There are a bunch of people who are all witnessing what was happening in that spot. So it's not just me from my family, nothing. There was more than 5-6 people in that incident. So he got into the seizure. This time he was losing consciousness, and they were intubating him basically. I don't know really the medical terminology, but they say he's in kind of artificial breathing basically. So the moment you take it, you will be gone. And so they were doing everything they can, but this time they said the blood is coming out of the ears, which is true indication that someone's life is almost ending, right? That's pretty normal. If you see the blood is coming from the ears, that's pretty much it's done. So they say it is bleeding non-stop, unbelievable from his ears, nose, mouth, everything. So there are 3 different places. They say nose is bleeding, the blood is coming from the nose, mouth, and from the ears. He was not able to identify anyone at all. He was not able to identify my own mom, my brother, my elder brother already reached that time, and he was not able to identify them either.